Hi, my name is Sophie Henderson and welcome to my digital learning guide for psychology students. After watching this guide, you should understand the trends in mobile technology, understand the terms affordability and affordance and how they relate to the use of mobile technology in the developing and developed world, understand the different approaches to learning suited to psychology, and understand the different digital tools which facilitate each learning style. Mobile devices are becoming increasingly popular worldwide. This is partially due to globalization and the widespread use of the internet, which promotes connectiveness around the world that mobile devices help to facilitate. Another trend is the growth in mobile culture, which sees mobile devices used in many aspects of our lives, such as communication, entertainment, and education. Assessing mobile technologies, two aspects are often considered. These are affordability and affordance. Affordability refers to the cost of the product, whether the product can be afforded, bought, or accessed by an individual or a community. And on the other hand, affordance refers to the quality of the product, or what the product is capable of doing. Aspects can be applied in terms of both a developing world and a developed world context. Due to cultural and gender barriers, the developing world has high affordability and low affordance, whereas the developed world has low affordability and high affordance of mobile devices. I'm from Australia, which is a developed country. The low affordability and high affordance of mobile devices in this developed world context is what has led Australia to utilise mobile devices in classrooms for the purpose of education. There are three learning approaches specifically beneficial for psychology students which I'll be discussing in relation to mobile tools. The first approach is information transmission, which refers to the transference of information from one person to another. An example of this type of learning is a teacher speaking at the front of the class and the students listening. I recommend this type of learning for psychology students as it supports memorization and rote learning, which is necessary for the degree. Social constructivism is another approach which requires interaction and discussion between two or more people who have common goals. An example of this is a group activity which involves collaboration. It is suited to psychology as interacting with others and sharing ideas and opinions is vital, and additionally, dialogue helps to reaffirm concepts and consolidate knowledge. Behaviourism is another learning approach which involves the use of rewards and positive reinforcement. An example is a student taking a quiz and receiving a grade and feedback. This is valuable for psychology students as being rewarded with the correct answer would reinforce that answer into their memory. Now it's time to discuss some educational tools which use these approaches to learning. Mind mapping is a tool which helps students visualize their ideas and connect concepts. Coggle is an example of a mind mapping website which is simple yet allows for creativity through the use of color and image. This is an information transmission approach to learning as students receive knowledge from a teacher or textbook and individually transfer it into their memory through creating mind maps. This is particularly beneficial for psychology students as it helps in understanding links between concepts. There are hundreds of educational applications available which can be used on a variety of mobile devices. This type of tool can be information transmission or behaviourist. Quizlet is one behaviourist app which would be beneficial to psychology students as it allows users to take part in quizzes which receive feedback. QR codes are a digital barcode which you are able to scan using a mobile device. This type of learning is information transmission, as students are able to individually scan the code and read the information provided. Here, I've provided a working example of a code which you can try scanning. This could be useful for psychology students as you are often referring to extensive articles or studies. You could put QR codes in your notes which would link you to the entire article when you need it. Polling is another tool which I have found useful for psychology students. Thanks to websites such as SurveyMonkey and Answer Garden, students are able to create their own polls online which can be answered by clicking a link. Polling is an easy way for students to collect opinions and data which could be useful if running a psychological experiment. Polling is a tool which uses the social constructivist approach to learning as students are interacting through answering others' polls and sharing their opinion. Ebooks are a digital version of a hardcopy textbook. Many publishers are choosing to create digital versions of their textbooks due to the increased functionality and advantages ebooks have over hardcopy textbooks, such as links to dictionary meanings and word search functions. Ebooks are an information transmission approach to learning. This is an example of a psychology ebook I have downloaded. It has increased functionality, such as the option to search for specific words and phrases. Participant 1 noted that the guide needed more specific examples of the tools I was discussing. This led me to altering my learning guide to ensure that each tool had at least one example. Participant 2 is a psychology student who could see why each tool was chosen. She noted that there was distracting background noises in some of my recordings, which led me to re-recording parts of my audio. Thanks for watching.